And so he's got like 3 different accounts, but this one's got like 127,000 followers. Um, but what he does is he does the like memory bands and stuff like that, and he'll take flag or hoses like from a fire truck or whatever. He did a golf ball, right, and then just turns them into like memory rings. The bands, it's going to be too bright, so let's see. Mike would be so mad at me right now.
Yeah, it's
So the
he's like, oh no, he's
anyways, I can't do it backwards.
There, yeah,
there we go.
I just want you to know this, Eric. Yeah, I sent my mom a text and I said she should watch the show, and I get the Eric in exclamation marks back.
She loves me.
She does love you. Also, Chief last night said, "Love you guys."
That's beautiful. I love that.
I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah. So this is what
I would love to have Chief on, dude.
Oh, you got it, happen. Dude. Yeah, make it happen. I'm just going to pimp him for you. I'll get it done. I'll get it done for you. I'll send him a message.
Yeah, Eric. Yeah, make it happen, man.
Dude, so I was looking at flights from San Francisco. I can't remember. San Francisco or San Jose or Sacramento, Oakland. Which one of those four? I can't remember which one it was. But like first class into
Okay, I'm getting corrected. He said no. My mom said no. He said, "Love you, buddy," to Eric.
Yeah. Love that guy. Love it. See?
Get right. Eric. Yeah, he does
Get
love
right.
Eric.
Get right.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, so we're looking at flights. I'm like, okay, $700 round trip. It's not bad. I mean, I'm not an economy guy just because I'd have to buy 2 seats, right? I have all my snacks and shit. So I was like, let's look at the U-Haul. Like, I'm seriously like thinking about just renting the damn U-Haul and driving it and see what happens. So we'll see. We haven't quite figured out the logistics of it. We got a few months, but hey, you know.
Yeah, no, my wife and I, we're looking into it all too.
Yeah.
Definitely got to make it out.
So everyone's coming to Hero Stock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the plan, dude.
Hero Socks?
Hero Socks. Triple
the biggest jacket off ever.
This is going to be the biggest jacket off ever.
The first annual jacket off.
And for you guys watching, it's jackets. All right. So don't let your mind go there.
Take your jackets off and donate them. Take your pants off.
Dropping the jackets off. That's what we're doing.
I wanted to get the fire department involved, but I don't think that they can get involved with something called the jacket off.
Yeah, that might not be a good campaign slogan for the fire department.
We'll have to look into legal on that.
We'll have to see what we have to do. I'll see. I may know some guys. I'll try to talk to them, but I don't think the great jacket off was going to work.
Great jacket off of 2023.
Might have to name it something different for them.
Yeah, they're used to like boots for whatever,
Boots for jackets.
Yeah, something, like it's certainly not the jacket off.
Yeah.
Nah,
that wouldn't probably go over very well.
It might. You never know. I mean, firefighters wear jackets too.
Yeah. Thick ones, jackets.
Thick jackets.
And probably when they go out into the snow.
I've got one in my truck right now.
There you go.
And I've got a new helmet sitting out on my.
Do you buff it?
No, I didn't buff it because we don't do that in the fire service. We let it get dirty and we let it give us cancer.
Oh, shit.
No, Chief had to drop off my volunteer helmet because, I didn't. That's the only thing I didn't have. And I don't have my wildland gear either yet. So,
do you want to know what's funny? 1 year ago, we interviewed Scotty Hastings.
Wow. My episode with him drops in 2 weeks. We did the interview. I just got here it is. It's June 14th.
June. And ours with Deuce is on the 20th.
I gotta get in touch with. There's a lot. I just got so much going on right now. I'm trying to kind of hold back on contacting people till I kind of get myself a little bit more caught up, dude. Because I was all the way out to September until I started doing the 2 a week, so I didn't push. I felt kind of bad that I was having people's episodes so way out there. I was just like, I'm gonna start bringing them back.
I'm kind of the same way. I told Mike, I'm like, dude, like it's good and bad. Obviously, you get to sign up, but then you start kind of forgetting the story, and you got to go back and rewatch what you were talking about and how it happened, and then you're like, well, shit, because I mean, dude, there were days. I mean, there was a couple shows where we're like 8 o'clock in the morning. Oh, hey man, something came up. I'm like, all right, we get it. And Mike does the whole PC email. I understand family happens. Thanks for giving us a heads up. Appreciate your time. We'll get back to you. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh. So I'm like, hey bro, like dudes. I knew we're in high school. We're like, well, that's where Don Solinger came in. He was one of our wrestlers, but we had our wrestling coach on. So I'm like, hey man, you want to come on and share your story? Like, oh yeah, 20-year Miami. It's not Miami PD, but shit, I hate it. I hate trying to remember shit.
Memories.
Like Tallahassee Police Department or some shit like that. But yeah, no, he was a motorcycle cop. So he did motors, and he did like all those cool rodeos or motorolls or whatever their rodeo courses and stuff. But no, it was cool. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, nice.
That's awesome. I'm super jealous of you guys being able to schedule that far out.
No, just get the calendar.
Dude,
bro.
I'm aggressive
so
though, bro. Like I'm aggressive. I fish, dude. I do
too.
TikTok.
I get yelled at because I get yelled at by TJ because I'm like, hey, I scheduled this for this day, and he's like, bitch, I work.
Yeah, that's the rough part is,
and that's do it by yourself.
Yeah,
and do it by yourself.
You're gonna have to end up finding a consistent.
I get it.
Hero.
Yeah,
I love TJ.
No. And TJ, so that's the thing about I love about your show is like TJ's kind of like the in the corner guy, and he adds what he adds. When it comes time to it, but that's the niche of you guys of your show, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You do a good interview. You have a good interview where hey, you can kind of keep the flow and stuff. And we're like Roof is just kind of like the one man gang, right? Like moving stuff, doing stuff, adding this, taking out, and the thing with our show is like, I mean, Mike gives me a little more credit. Like I'm making banners. I'm like, bro, it's not that hard to make a banner, right? But I never did it before.
No, you do a very good job at that.
Well, my thing is like, don't tell anyone, but Mike likes to be in control of things. Okay, like he's got the soundboard. Like he hasn't showed me that yet, right? And so Mikey likes to be in control of stuff. So I just let him do it all. And like, it kind of keeps the peace. And so when I started dropping things, he's like, oh, okay. Well, you want to do that? I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, if it's easier for you, take something off your plate. Like, let's do it. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's the one thing that I have kind of, as the luxury of being a solo is I don't have to work around anybody but my wife's schedule is what I should say. Actually, I'll be like, do we got anything going on at this time?
I'm be in the basement.
But so let's talk about some of the bloopers on the show. Have you guys had any good stories, dude? Because I mean, I know I've had a couple.
We've had when we have bloopers, we have whole episode bloopers. Like the entire episode, we just got to delete the fucking thing because we sit there and we're like, I sit there and I watch the show back and I go, we can't air this. Like, there's no way because TJ will go off.
Why though?
Well, TJ will go off on a tangent,
some really and then cancellation
I go off on. Yeah, and then I go off on tangent.
But that's a catch, though. So I was just having
So imagine the gay thing that TJ did, but with politics and times 12.
Yeah.
And I just sit there.
It's going to capture some people.
Yeah. So let me jump on that real quick because I was just talking to my trucker buddies. And basically, like, honest, that's how the contagion effect started. Like, it was just a bunch of truckers that we wanted to do it. And we just kept talking, oh, let's do it. And then, like, truckers, like, we're not told to do something. So it just never happened. And then Mikey's like, hey, dude, what do you think about doing this? I'm like, yeah, like, let's do it. So lost my train of thought. But,
no, you're telling Jarek and TJ to keep rolling with what they're going with.
Yeah. So, we're talking because the truckers want to do a podcast now, right? Because they've seen how this has grown and how cool it is to have interviews and stuff like that. And I said, dude, I want to do a truly honest show. Like that's what I want the name to be, is truly honest. Be like, no, like
That's
no
a
holds
fucking
barred.
great
Like
name.
if you want to roast people, like roast them, but know what you're going to get on that back end, right? Like, hey, dude, if for some reason the dude, at store 2315 realizes that we're talking about him because he walks with a limp because, he walked in front of a car and got hit. Right now, that's not funny. It's not funny, but he walked outside. He walked in front of the car to get a skateboard. So that's kind of funny. But that's the type of show. Yeah, that's the type of show. I mean, it's like, dude, like you walked in front of a car. He's like, yeah, I thought the car was going to stop. He's like, guess what happened? He's like, well, it hit me. It hit me. Not only did it hit me, it crushed his leg, right? So his leg's like 4 inches shorter, right? You're going to get me a truck.
Yeah, I was picking up my fucking skateboard and it hit me.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, like literally, it snapped. So, anyways, just get back on what you say about can't air the show. I'm like, man, we wouldn't do it, obviously. I mean, but I'm like,
you guys are so fucking official. You guys do such a good job about it. I think you're right, though. I think we may just need to start airing the shit because, like,
I know, Jay. I know. Yeah, like, he knows it. Yeah,
we're the fucked up, like, redhead stepchild of the veteran community here over in our own little corner where we just there's nothing that we do. If you say it, we air it. We don't give a shit. That's just what we do. We did have one though. My neighbor downstairs, who is the man, told his story, and I literally sat there and listened to it, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I can bring myself to air this.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to air it, but it's in the catalogs. It's probably coming out next month.
Yeah,
but I sat there because it was because I fucked it up. Like I thought his kid killed herself. It turns out that's not the case. And I felt like such a fucking asshole. And I told him that. We're on air, and I'm like, I'm such a dick. Because this is what I heard. And he's like, nah, man, you're fine. A lot of people heard that. He said, it's, that's not what happened. And then he tells his story. And I'm thinking about airing it. I sat there and I listened to it in the back. And I was like, hey, ma'am, like, did you know you shared that much?
God,
you know what I mean?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But it was fucking crazy. I've never felt like such an asshole in my life. Other than every other time I felt like an asshole, but
Yeah. What about you, Eric? What's a good story?
Man, really, to be honest, we did one show where tape wasn't rolled for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, which isn't really a big deal because it's just our spiel, right?
Right.
Me telling a guy that he died, that like bringing up shit like, hey, did you like he was a colonel or some shit? I can't even remember. It was like one of the very first ones. I'll have to do some research real quick. But really, like we haven't had like Mikey did one. Mikey told a guy a Purple Heart. It was give me 2 seconds. Shit. He told a guy, oh hey, tell me about that little he had a little shadow box. He goes, yeah, I see that little award back there. Tell me about it. And dude, I thought the guy was going to come through the phone on him, right? I'm like, oh shit. It was a Purple Heart sitting up on the wall. And ever since that day, Mike won't say little. That little Chuck Tyler with Veterans Intellectual Property. Easy for you to say. Yeah, dude. He's like, oh yeah, tell me about that little award back there. He's like, well, I don't know if somebody would call it little. I'm like, and Mike was like, oh, he's like, I feel like a dick. But
well, to be fair, the award itself is little.
Well, right. I mean, no, it's. I mean, because obviously that's our thing is we'll notice things about what you guys got in your background and stuff like that, and what I can try to bring up. I know that we really haven't had too many screw ups. I mean, not on air or anything like that.
Look at us, we're fucking perfect.
So let me tell you a couple of things that happened to me. One time, I right in the midst of an interview, I'm sitting there I like to drink coffee and shit like during my shows because I usually a lot of times I'm doing them in the morning because my kids are gone.
Yeah.
So I had my coffee and I went to set it down and it like caught the corner and I just watched my coffee and it's just sitting there spilling all over the carpet and everything, bro. And I can't stop because I did put it on YouTube as like a
Yeah.
reel. It is, but you just watch me. I'm like, oh, and then you can just see my face and I'm just like, you could tell my shaking my head like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then I've had that happen. And then another time, I have lights up and I don't know, bro. Like sometimes I'm like just messing with my feet and shit, and I hit the lights and they just started all falling down. I was just like, and I'm not trying to catch them and.
Yeah, you're like, oh, timber.
Oh man,
This is gonna be shit.
and I don't cut anything out of mine either. I just I kind of roll with it because once you start chopping it up, man, you kind of lose what you had, you know.
Well, we're not producers, right? Like,
Right.
like there's nobody here
No.
that has a producer. I mean,
And not only that, but man, it's like, you know, I think people want to watch people for realness and being authentic and
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying,
know
like,
that we
dude,
make
share that
mistakes
shit.
every day. I mean, we all do,
Yeah.
man. So
listen, I mean, well, you know, Jake's been commenting on here, and thanks for that too. That's awesome that, you know, I got guys that are watching.
yeah,
Him
thanks, Jake.
and a couple of his buddies, they had been talking about doing a podcast, and we can't get this one, we can't do this one, and then they get in a fight, and then they get in an argument and stuff. It's just like, just the thing with Mike is I don't work with Mike, right? So I literally will talk to Mike a few minutes every day, maybe 15, 20 minutes when he can, because this new job that he has is. It was when he was retired and actually was just stay-at-home dad doing the Mellick Consulting and AngelicWines.com for all of your personal wine labels. It was cool because I could call him whenever.
Hit up
Yeah,
Angelic Wines.
yeah, and he set up a tasting too and all that shit. But it was easy. I could call him like we did an interview with Larry Hankin, right? So Larry Hankin was like one of our I want to say episode. Like eight or nine, who Larry Hankin is. He was on Seinfeld. He was supposed to be, he was the landlord of the building on Seinfeld was who Larry Hankin was. Because as soon as you see who he is,
I've seen that guest. No, I've watched that one.
Yeah. And then
that was pretty cool.
What was funny was if you notice me, I keep moving, right? So I keep moving and I'm in the winter. It was like it was like April.
You're on a snowplow or no, you're in a truck or something.
I'm in the goat. I'm in the yard truck, and I had a green screen because you can see it right there.
But dude, it looks like you're literally driving like a snowmobile or something.
Yeah,
yeah. I seen that.
Hey, where you at? You're yeah.
And he's wearing a jacket and everything too, bro.
Yeah.
It kind of does look like. At first, when I was watching it too, you had me for a second, bro. Like, I was
so
like,
it was funny because we're literally talking about it right there because I take the green screen down and I show him, you know, what I was doing. And it was just funny. But he was cool because we had asked him a question that he'd never been asked before. And he was kind of stumped. He was like, huh, because he's like 6'2", 6'3". He's a tall actor. And he says, how does it feel being taller than some of the main characters that you did? And he goes, you know, he's like, I've never been asked that question. I don't know what to think of it. Because, you know, like Tom Cruise and all these different characters that he was with are shorter. And so it was just funny because
Tom Cruise like 5'6".
Yeah, they're hella small. Yeah, it's funny. So, but no, it was cool. I mean, and then, you know, from there we just kind of went. That was on Zoom, to be honest. That was when we went Zoom, and I mean it was tough.
God, how ancient.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Is Zoom tough to record on?
Zoom sucks. Zoom sucks because the boxes will light up and stuff like that. So to be honest, and not that we're may become an affiliate for StreamYard, but StreamYard is the easiest. Like I mean, look how simple it is to do what you do. You know, and there's a lot more you can do on the back end as far as like the cutting and the clipping and the reels, Instagram. It sets it perfectly up for that. You know, the links, let me see if I can do it. Well, I tried doing it the other day, but the screen share I think was cool.
Yeah, no, it is cool.
Yeah, the present thing.
It's a little laggy sometimes at first, unless you're like plugged in.
And then I really like that you can share with everyone else too.
Yeah, it's probably going to do it again, huh? Did it go tunnel vision?
Nope. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. See, so
Yeah,
I mean,
super
that's just
cool.
sharing right
Now
off my
pull
page
up
right
some
there, right?
Yeah,
Pornhub.
no, I love
Let's
that
do
part.
this.
Yeah. Pornhub.
No, so when I interviewed with you guys, I was with you guys, Eric. I was with Anchor FM, I think it
Yeah.
was.
I'm trying to click that.
And
Stop
my
sharing
gosh,
right.
bro, I had nothing but problems after problems. And then
Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided I started seeing a lot more people using StreamYard, and I like the part you can put the names and you can scroll
Mhm.
stuff like that. I like that part.
Yeah.
I will
Because-
No,
say
it's
this:
fun.
Riverside was all right.
Oh, the
Riverside was
is
cool
the
when we
one I
did your
was
show,
using.
yeah.
That's
You
the
know,
one I was
they-
using.
Yeah, Riverside does all right. They're not the best. I will say this: Bullhorn FM is amazing. If you're doing like just a audio show,
Oh,
Uh,
right.
like they broadcast your episodes to everyone on the platform, and they do all this stuff, and they do a really good job. And they've got the phone call built in. They've got all this stuff built in. They do a very good job. So if you want to do like an audio episode, Bullhorn's great.
I like podcasters a lot too.
Yeah.
It's partnered with Spotify, and I really like using them because they do the same thing. You just got to throw that RSS feed, and then they feed it to whatever you hook it up to.
Yeah, we use
But it's a great one.
Spotify for podcasters, and then we've got StreamYard thanks to Contagion Effect, and I've loved StreamYard so much, man. It's been
Yeah.
so great.
Me
It
too.
really is.
I'm sending something in our group text, Washroom.
I love
You guys
this.
need to try to get this guy on. It's his handle is the channel to be named later. So TCTBNL. His name's Chris. Super nice guy. Little crazy beard. He does a lot of unboxing and knives and stuff like that. So he does a lot of that. But he's got a good following. He's increasing his following.
Chris House.
What's that?
Chris House.
Sure.
Is that his last name?
Is that who
Because
it
there's
is?
a guy that I know who does a whole bunch of knives on Facebook. His name's Chris House, and it's like
Yep. I think it is. I think it is.
amazing knives.
Yeah. Yeah. He had a little beef with some dude and he backed out and kind of took a step back for a bit. And no, shit, I have his name on my phone.
I came across a guy that was on TikTok. He builds bikes for veterans, but what he does is he sits there and he takes names after like he gets so many votes, and then he'll be like, and then he'll just go through and he'll pick a name, and then he'll throw you in the raffle for.
He's on the TikTok.
That. Yeah.
It's Chris Farnstock. Chris
Oh,
Farnstock is who I just
okay.
sent you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a different guy.
Yeah, the company to be named later. Yeah, he's pretty wild and crazy, and he does a lot of well, I call him stepdad posts. I think he calls them bonus dad posts or something like that. So it's it's a pretty cool a little gig that he's got going on.
Yeah, I love when you find that kind of stuff where they kind of have a little niche and they,
Yeah,
and it's kind of comes like a bit and it's kind of funny. I love
Is it
that
this
when
guy
people
here?
have originality. Yeah, I don't
bike
think I've ever seen
giveaway?
him now.
Yeah,
But
he's
TikTok's a place where you can find a lot of people, man.
You can get lost.
You can definitely find a lot of guys. So I don't know if you saw the guy that came on here earlier. He was from the Coast Guard. I found him on TikTok as well, and I'm trying to get him just to come on the show so I can. I haven't had anybody from the Coast Guard yet on my show.
I got you. I can, dude. I got you right now.
Send me some coasties, man.
Yeah, Chris Whitmore.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
send
definitely need some Coast Guards.
Dude, I got you two, and you can reach out. One, yeah, go ahead.
I swear anymore, it's just Army Marines.
Yeah, dude.
Army Marines.
Army Marines with a sprinkle of Air Force.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna start reaching out to guys like Tom Hanks.
Dude, why not?
yeah,
Yeah.
man. What's the
What-
worst?
what-
What are you doing? You're wasting an email.
Yeah,
That's how I
what I'm
figure.
saying.
Yeah.
Like when I get up about 1:15, 1:30, and Mike knows it because I'll get ready for work and I'll be shooting off like 3 or 4 emails like, oh hey, and I'll recycle a bunch of them. I'm like, hey, that hasn't been brought up for. So I need help with Forward Project, and let me go back to the Chris Whittemore thing real quick, and I'm gonna send that to you because I think I overspoke. He's Marines, but he's an author. He's got a cool ass book that came out. And I listened to it 3 times because it was on audiobook. And the one I was thinking, so here's Matt Ippolito. Matt Ippolito was my wrestling coach's son, but he became a pastor in Arizona, but he's got a good backstory too. But he was Coast Guard, veteran turned youth pastor.
Nice.
And this was probably one of my favorite intros that we had for the show. I'm going to send it to you right now.
Yeah, you guys definitely have switched it up a couple times.
It's ever evolving for sure, and it's kind of fun that way.
Yeah.
Just because it's not redundant. Or this is your email. I thought I had your phone number, but I'll send an email. I sent the show to you.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I think Friday night, I think we're going to San Francisco. We're going to go to there's a food truck emporium that the girls wanted to go to. And the girls were like, hey, let's go. So the boyfriends and mom and dad are going to go check that out.
The gut trucks.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the city. So
it's nowadays, these trucks, man, they got some gourmet ones. I've seen.
Oh yeah.
Like seafood ones. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, they had that Shark Tank
crap
one
out of a truck.
Yeah. Well, one here in Modesto was on Triple D, right? Everyone knows who Guy Fieri and his Triple D show, and it came to Modesto. There was a couple of restaurants that were on it. And a guy that I got to know real well, Hank Olson, he had this it was called Food Fix Truck. And now he's a brick and mortar downtown Modesto on 11th Street, killing it.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I'm a craft beer guy first, and him and one of his best friends were like, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And just the food is just next level crazy shit. And like 90% of it is in store made, like in house. The pickles, he cures his own pork, right? He does like pork stroming and
bro.
All this. Oh dude, it's so fucking good. Yeah. Zach Greenlee. Did I text somebody in Z Man? So Zach Greenlee, he's a local roaster. What he does, he was in the he was a medic for the Coast Guard, and so what he does is he takes all his proceeds and he goes back to Haiti and West Africa, Chile, and goes and does all this humanitarian support. And he's right here in Oakdale. Like Oakdale, it's just crazy to see what these people are doing, and it's amazing work. So I'm gonna send that to you too.
I know, man. Every time I start having guests on, bro, it starts making me feel like, man, I ain't doing enough. Like, because some of these people are out there, man. Like Jason Steiner, for instance, that dude, man, he's just out there just hustling.
Yeah, he is. I'll let you guys talk about it. I'm going to take off here. I'm going to jam out with my neighbors downstairs, play some guitar, do some stuff.
Some guitar.
I love joining in, man. Yeah, guitar.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you stopping by, brother. This is trying to do it like a weekly thing, just anybody stop by. This is open mic, open conversation.
And Eric, my mom said
goes on a wacky Wednesday.
Get after it. First one to get Gary Sinise wins.
Here, come get a big pig right there.
Yeah,
like it. Yeah, I got a couple of stops on the way out to Hero Stock for sure.
Yeah, first one to get Gary Sinise wins.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot!
I'm not winning anytime soon.
You gonna be on Call of Duty later?
Yeah, I'll probably be on, buddy.
All right, we'll do it. We'll smoke some little kids later, bro.
Let's do it, buddy. I love you guys. Have a good night.
All right, brother.
Love you, buddy.
Oh shoot!
That's some good times.
Yeah, man, it's fun, dude. I really get a kick out of this, and now that I'm able to log in and have some Wi-Fi, some good Wi-Fi.
And it's coming through way better than, I mean, I know you struggled that one time.
Yeah.
You were
Well, like I said, I had
out.
to get corded, so it's a little glitchy on mine. Like that's why I keep asking. Oh, I feel like because I get a little hesitation. So, yeah. Oh, Jake's okay.
Hell yeah, bro.
Nah, he's
My
one of those.
name is B. Here, I'll put it in the comments. Add me.
Bingo. Bingo. Bingo is his name.
I'm gonna put my for anybody that wants to play some Call of Duty. Boom.
Big roof.
Big roof dog 50.
So what you got coming up, dude?
Man, I got some. Man, I just dropped about 5 different episodes, so I've had some really awesome guests. Let's see. Let me go through some of this stuff. So let's see. I had a round 2 with my buddy, who is in the Marine Corps. He went through a lot of stuff. He was in the Marines for 10 years, got out, became a police officer, had some really bad things happen to him. Basically got out of there, got accused of stuff, went through all this trial and stuff, and ended up finding out that he was not guilty. But at that time, he already been shunned by his, department, his family members. He ended up on the street for about 3 years. So we did a round 2, and we kind of went through a little bit more into deeper when he ended up on the streets and, how he was able to kind of get out of it. But yeah, there he is, Joey. What up, buddy?
Did you send him the link?
You want to drop in, bud? We're here.
Oh, yeah. Send him the link. Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, so that was a good one. Sugar Rose was a very great guest. She's just very full of life. She's been through a lot. She's not a veteran, but she's a huge advocate for veterans and PTSD.
Right.
She's singer songwriter and kind of like a life coach.
Yeah.
And man, dude, she just has the most contagious smile ever.
Yeah.
You ever having a bad day? Go look at her profile. She'll make you smile. But
that's awesome.
She was really cool. Scotty Hastings, his is dropping, coming out. I had, sheesh, man. There's a lot. I had my first in-home interview cool. At the house because I reached out to my community. There he is in the flesh.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Joey? There he is.
Baby.
Chilling, man. Just got done with scouts with the boy.
Nice.
About to smoke.
Nice. Looks like you just came back from a luau.
Yeah, this shirt was in the rotation, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. I got like $5 shirt. Came up Wednesday.
I feel like everybody's been wearing freaking Hawaii shirts lately. Remember TJ the other night? He was in his.
Yeah, his pink shirt on.
Well, it's festive weather out now, Brian. It's nice out in the Northeast. Now you California guys don't know, like we get these things called seasons here on the Midwest. So like the temperature changes. It's not all like 70 degrees and sunny all the time. It actually changes.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna be 90 this weekend after 70s for the last 2 months. We're like, oh man. Hey, but real quick before you jump on the weather thing, I know you want to say something, Roof. What was funny was so I delivered to a store in Santa Rosa. And every time I go there, there's a gentleman that comes by and he picks up for the VFW, the donations from the store and stuff. Straight up, full on, 100%, like Cleveland Brown hat, jacket, sweatpants. I didn't ask him about his chonies or his socks, but he's got these burnt orange freaking shoes. I'm just like, dude, this dude's legit, bro. And every time I see him, I think of you, and I'm like, you know what? Next time I'm gonna take a picture with him, just because.
Nice.
Yeah.
He probably used to live in Cleveland and moved down there because of weather.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he moved up to NorCal and was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to rep this brownies.
Yeah, any town you go to in the country, bro, you can pretty much find – not any town, but like any of the bigger towns, you usually find a nice Browns backers contingent.
Yeah. One of my buddies I drive with, he's been a Browns fan literally since the day I've met him, and I'm like, bro, he's like, this is our year. And it was like 2 years ago. I'm like, okay, bro, like – I get it. Like, hey, you gotta say the lines, but shit.
When's the last time the Browns been to the bowl, man? I mean,
besides
the toilet bowl.
Yeah, they've never been to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
We
bro. Like,
had several near run-ins with the Super Bowl in the 80s. The
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
championship we won was 1964. So, that's
so
what
for
it is,
you to
man.
be a fan, bro, you got to be, that's a
Dude, I'm
diehard
I'm a
fan.
Catholic guy who works at the VA, and I'm a Browns fan. All three most negative things you can do in the world. That's me. So
Hey, but you're a hell of a
to
dad.
be positive is like fucking insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're a hell of a dad because you always take your kids places and take pictures. I think when I see it, I think it's absolutely awesome. I love parents that support their kids and take them places instead of just throw them a TV screen and hey, here you go.
For sure. I mean, even my kids don't really like half the things I do, which is fine.
Yeah.
They're kids. I'm
They're
not
kids.
gonna. This new generation doesn't like the sports like we did growing up. And we
Yeah.
had heroes growing up. We had
Yeah,
the George Bretts and the Joe Carters and
Yep.
Kenny Loftons, everybody else. You know what I mean? This new generation, you look up to Mr. Beast and the anime guys and whoever else. You know what I mean? It's a different world, bro.
Mr. Beast
Yeah,
is a
for
big
sure.
time guy. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of
These
people who
little
love
kids.
that Mr. Beast, bro. I mean, think about how many YouTubers
Yeah.
kill for like an hour of Mr. Beast just for the pub
Yeah.
alone. I mean, if you talk to Mr. Beast, is Mr. Beast like, yo, check this guy out. There's 10,000 subs right there. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So of course,
Yep. Email sent.
right? Yeah.
Email sent. No,
There it
it's
is.
true. Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So
That's a good
what's going on in Joey's world, man? You got any
Let's see. Today
any liners lined up or anything?
I got on the 11th. I got Nick Van Eed. He's
Oh.
the lead singer from Cutting Crew. He's gonna be on at 11 a.m. It's a little earlier, but he's in England, so you gotta do it earlier.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on this guy named Nick Edwards. He was on Britain's Got Talent like last year. Speak about dads. He was you guys probably never seen it because he's a British guy, but on the show it's like daughters. He has like a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and they filled out. I don't know if it's all. I can ask him about the backstory, but on the show the thing was the daughters filled out the application form and sent it in without him knowing. But he was already in the audience, so I think it was a plant. But he sang like a country song, like "I love my daughters and they're here." I drink my beer, whatever the fuck the song was. But it was the whole audience cried and shit. Simon Cowell's right there, so this would be a good opportunity to see if Simon, I don't know who the fuck else is on that Got Talent show. Is still the same how they were when they're on like American Idol and shit like that. So we'll see. It should be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, nobody down the pike. Still got dozens of emails out. I mean, it's a zero-sum game sometimes, man. It's weird because like most of the guests I get are usually that week. It's rare I get something booked out. I've been booked out once or twice. Maybe one or two weeks, something like that. But I've never been booked out more than that. I've never had like a backlog of guests. It's kind of just come as you go. And granted, if I email more and whatever, but at the end of the day, there's only so many times I can email. I only got so much energy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the Ward project, the Eric Ward project is. I mean, I know they got a file on me of at least 12 emails. I mean, I just fucking resend shit all the time. I'm literally stalking them on their Instagram and like, oh, that's awesome. Hey, when are you going to come join the Contagion Effect? Mike's like, bro. I'm like, no, like I'm going to get them on the show. Like I need them on the show. That's how much I need them on the show.
Literally, dude. All they can do is say no. That's why.
That's it, dude.
Well, the squeaky wheel gets the attention, though. You know what I mean? So.
I'll bombard people on their Instagram threads or Facebook or Twitter threads. Like, yo, love to have you on the show. Check your DMs. It doesn't ever work. Yeah, maybe once, but hey, one time it works. It's all you need. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I've been pretty fortunate enough, at least mostly. I mean, the people that I've gone for, I've only been ghosted maybe a couple times, but I feel like my overall percentage is pretty good in terms of like more people. And I've actually been told one time, like, I don't do podcasting. I was like, oh, okay, no worries, man. Like,
well, it's not. It's a YouTube channel, bro. So there you go.
Yeah, he was an active duty master, and I was like, all right, no worries. He's kind of big time on TikTok, but
oh yeah, once people get entrenched in a platform and they think they're guys over there, they have to say, like, oh, I got 1 million followers on TikTok. How much money did you make? $8? I mean, come on, that's fucking bullshit. I mean, don't let the numbers game fool you, dude. I got buddies, man, that go on TikTok, get 10,000 followers, think they're top of the world. You ain't doing shit. Bottom line is money, man. YouTube is way more money than YouTube. And YouTube's going to be around. YouTube's owned by an American company. Google's an American company. China's not going to be around. Or not China. That might be fucking 40. TikTok's not going to be around.
Wait, you know something we don't know?
Yeah, I was like, well.
We know something?
Things been getting kind of sketchy, but you know something? No, but yeah, I mean, I think YouTube's kind of going to be the way to go because a lot of these other places, they kind of start shutting you down, man, and censor your ass too much.
Yeah.
at least here you really do got freedom of speech. You know,
You
and
do,
you
you
can kind
do.
of talk. You kind of can say what you want. You know, we're sitting here, we're smoking, drinking, cussing a little bit here and there. But I mean, it's way more freedom when you're over on TikTok, bro. You got to like watch your mouth, and there's
driving
always
down the
these
road.
trolls.
I got flagged for driving down the road, just going live, not even
Yeah,
doing the show.
they do hit that, I guess,
like,
too. They don't
wow,
like
like-
seeing people driving.
But you can literally see my stand in front of my window, so it's not like I'm focused on that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know, man. I mean, TikTok's got its own good for just like using it kind of as a marketing to get to a certain group.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
I
like
mean, you get eyeballs. You get eyeballs. But I mean, if you look
the
at
veteran community on there is pretty deep. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, that's where I've connected with a lot of veterans through
Yeah.
there is through TikTok. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of where I've kind of got a lot of my guests from is kind of TikTok.
Yeah. Hey guys, I got to jump off real quick, but appreciate you letting
Yeah,
me come
bro.
on. Joey, nice
Yeah,
to see
man.
you. Appreciate, dude. I appreciate you in the comments, man. I know you jump on as much as you can, and again, appreciate you so much, bro. All
no, yeah, man. Let's be safe out there.
right, guys. Bye.
All right,
Yeah,
brother. We'll see you, Eric. Yeah, man, you're always good at supporting. Always
Well, I mean,
appreciative.
during the day, I mean, it's easy for me during the day, because I'm usually working, so I can just pull up the computer, whatever, watch when I'm working, no problem. And at night, I mean, if I'm not doing something, I'm, if I'm out at a game or a concert or mowing lawn or something, I'm usually on YouTube. So
Yeah, I saw
You know,
you
it's
on the
really-
one. I saw you on the one that I was on today, but I don't know what the hell happened, dude. I was like, I guess I was like in the wrong comment section or something. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird with the premieres when they show up on my phone. The premiere will start, but it won't start on my phone, and I'll have to like get out of there, go back into it, and I was like, oh,
yeah, I
Joey's
was
in here.
commenting. I was like, I guess Brian's not here for this one. I don't.
Yeah, I was like, and then I had to go push like live chat or something like that in order to make it work. But yeah. So what do you got going on tonight, man? You just hanging out?
Yeah, just chilling for now. I got to work tomorrow. What's tomorrow? What, Thursday? We got to work Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll probably do my regular show on Friday. Probably just Pat will come over, maybe do a panel show, talk about the comedy show itself and whatever. Nothing too spectacular. And then Saturday I got to work overtime, like I was saying. And Sunday Saturday night I got tickets to Impractical Jokers tour.
Oh.
I know who they are. I'm not intimately familiar with them. You know what I mean? My
Oh
daughter likes
man,
them more
that's
than
a
I do,
great
so-
show. I love that
That's-
show.
yeah. That's a plug for VetTix too. If you're not on VetTix, bro, I would definitely get on VetTix. Any veteran who's listening, get on VetTix because, like, I mean, people's like, oh, you go to so many concerts. I don't pay nothing. I mean, it's like a $15 processing fee for everyone, which is nothing. I mean, you're getting $100 seats sometimes for, sometimes I get 4 seats at $100 a piece for $15. Yeah, I mean it. You know what I mean? Because they'll block off a certain amount of tickets for vets. And you just put in, and sometimes it's first come, first serve. I get a lot of these shows for free, man.
Yeah, that's cool,
Back
man.
in,
I mean,
back
you
when-
gotta take
back in-
advantage of those kind of things that are out there, man.
You do. There's a lot of shit. Veterans are spoiled right now in a way. I mean, I hate to say it. A lot of people don't want to hear that because you still got the old guys who never applied for the benefits and all that. But like, if you look at all the benefits we get, discounts, and veterans are. This is. I mean, I don't
You
want
got to
to
say it's probably been the best it's been in a long time.
Oh, 100%, probably the best
Is it
since-
perfect? No, but it's
right. Well,
getting
nothing's ever
better.
going to be perfect. I mean, there's certain things in contemporary America you got to acknowledge before you go digging the veterans benefits. I mean, the healthcare system is just garbage to begin with, not just the VA. I mean, the VA's hands down better than some of these healthcare systems. It just really is. And they put a lot of money into it. But like, I mean, you take the bare minimum coverage of the VA, it's still better than what a lot of people get out in the civilian world. It really is. I mean, I wish they would, make it to where all the veterans can use it for free. But if they did that, then that opens up another can of worms. Like, if we're doing that, then we got to do the whole country kind of. Because, I mean, you can't, people don't like to hear this last part either, but you can't just give veterans everything and not the rest of the people will need stuff too. You know what I mean? You can't create a protected class. So it's obviously a fine line. You know what I mean? Because you still want to take care of your vets, but you don't want to spoil them. You're like, hey, every vet, here's $9,000 a month. You know what I mean? You got to there has to be some kind of, obviously if they're disabled, perfect. But if, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people just will just use so many benefits and then so many other benefits and so many other. Sometimes it's like, Jesus, man. I mean, but where'd you get all these extra benefits? Some states are crazy with it, bro. Like Texas with the Hazel Act and you could go to school. You could bilk until you're about 32. If you did like 4 years active duty, got out when you're like 22, got rated 50%, use your full GI Bill, use a Hazel Act, you could milk that shit to about your mid-30s if you really wanted to. Just staying in school, fuck right. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah. Man. Crazy when you think about it.
I know, no shit. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Right? Fuck, I just work here.
I mean, I gotta say though, things are getting better. It's just there's some things that gotta stop, like the red tape procedures.
Oh, the bureaucracy for sure. The bureaucrocy is killing it all.
Making
I'll
dudes
tell you
go through the ringer.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you firsthand with the fucking bureaucracy, it just destroys your soul. I mean, it's when you work there, it's like you want to do what's right by everybody, but when there's such just ridiculous bureaucratic things going on, you know what I mean? Like for example, if a veteran doesn't have, like I was on the Blue Water Navy team, and if the records weren't available in, the repository or whatnot, iConnect is the service we used. Has all the government records all the time. If we couldn't find them in there, we have to send a letter to the vet saying, hey, we couldn't find these. Do you have, like, why are we sending these letters out, bro? Like, who the fuck has a command history for the USS John F. Kennedy from 1973? Nobody has that, Oh yeah, I got a stack of stuff. Let me send it in now. It's silly. Sometimes things you got to do just because of policy. But if you don't do them, you get fired. You know what I mean? So not fired, but, you disciplined, etc. So you got to do the bureaucracy game, and it sucks. It does, but I mean, it's government. I mean, you got anything. People talk about the inefficiencies of VA. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, but any bureaucracy is inflated. I mean, I challenge you to find a country in the world that has a well-functioning, efficient government. It just doesn't exist, man. It's as bad as it is in the States. It's even worse over in Europe, China, etc. I mean, try getting a visa to Italy. The fucking office is only open like 2 hours a week.
And it's all in where these people have their money invested. And I mean, there's just too much background stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then you get the offices of diversity, equity, and inclusion, which takes up a lot of the budget. And so I don't know. All right, B, I'm gonna jump, man. I got somebody coming over, so I
appreciate you, man. I'm about to jump off myself. I just coming on every Wednesday, man, about 4 p.m. Pacific
I try to make it
because
like I got scouts from like 6:30 to 8, so like half the time I'm, I could jump in a little bit after 8 if you're still alive. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, bro.
All right, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Have a good one, bro. Well, all right, friends and fam, that's going to wrap up this episode of Wacky Wednesdays. I really want to thank everybody that stopped by, interacted with the show, dropped up by and, dropped a comment. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are having a great week. If not, let's get it better. Friday's almost here. All right. Until next time.